Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Fire. Get it. Rainier. Good morning, everybody. Orange A here with another AFK journey video. And today I'm going to talk about how the game is about to fix the Mauler faction. It's not a race. Faction sounds right. The Mauler faction in AFK Journey. Now, it's not broken. And some people, when I said fix the Mauler faction, probably lost their minds because they're like, no, the Maulers are some of my absolute favorite characters in this game. And if that's how you feel, you're right. The Mauler faction really isn't broken. Odie in particular is a god tier unit in this game. When you're talking about pushing AFK stages, pushing through the story, pushing through Trials of Abyss later, he is a god. Literally one of the best units in this game at doing that. They have units like Brutus, who with his invulnerability is like the cheese lord of this game right now. He's super useful. Coco, amazing content pusher, amazing in some bosses. And then let's not forget old Smokey here, who's not only one of the best healers in the game, but when it comes to fighting certain bosses and you get him to Mythic Plus and he can start putting out his blue dust, one of the best DPS units for bosses in the game too, weirdly enough. The Mauler class does a ton of great stuff, but what did I not mention? Like, what's the thing I did not talk about Maulers being at like the top of the meta right now? PvP. Maulers just like aren't at the top of the PvP game right now. If you were to jump into Arena and look at like some of the top teams running out there, you're just not going to see a ton of like Mauler comps. You're going to see a lot of this with like, oh look, there's Iron and some like Iron magic AoE damage dealers to just wombo combo my team. That's really cool. You're going to see a lot of Valas, a lot of Rowans, a lot of Thorns, not a lot of Maulers. You might find an occasional Brutus out there to try and like counter some insta-gib strategies, some assassins, but Mauler teams, at least especially Mauler teams featuring like a great carry, are not currently at the top of the meta in AFK Journey. So that's what I wanted to focus on with this little preview that we just got. Now, I want to start with Alsa because I think she's the most interesting character that we got to see in this trailer that dropped today for the new season. Desert Flare Alsa. Note right here, she's an S rank character. Her companion she's releasing with Soren here is actually an A rank character. Now, I've slowed it down a little bit because I want to break down their skills, but you have an A rank Mauler warrior, and then you have Alsa, who's an S rank Mauler mage. S rank Mauler mage. Now, her kit does some crazy things. We're going to look at what we see in the preview video right here. Again, I've slowed it down a little bit so we can see. So watch this. She's going to turn into a ball, and it appears to me like she is creating some sort of like terrain and doing crowd control effects. And do you know what that sounds like to me? Annoying. That sounds really annoying. And do you know what units are really good in PvP? Annoying units in PvP are really good, and crowd control units in PvP are pretty good. Now, I will say that like at the end of this little trailer, you'll see she gets the 5 kill award. Like, yeah, she had 5 kills. Okay, I don't know if she's going to be like popping off and murdering everybody, but if she does a lot of damage, creates terrain, and crowd controls, there are some very creative team comps you could make around that. Now, here's Soren. He's the A rank character. I don't believe that he's going to be as impactful in PvP or like kind of fix that hole in Maulers like Alsa is going to be, because if you look at like his preview right here, he appears to be an AoE damage dealer. So right here he's doing some work. You can see he pops his ultimate in that big AoE. He swings around doing some damage. It looks like he's going to be maybe good for pushing some content, which is what Maulers at this point in the game already are really good at. But let me go ahead and put the speed here back to regular speed. I want to talk over this for a second. He's gonna, I think, fit into what Maulers currently do for us in the game. Be a good content pusher, maybe good in Trials of Abyss, maybe good for pushing AFK stages, something like that. But also in particular, I think is just gonna fill that PvP gap that many people who maybe want to play Maulers in PvP aren't getting to do right now. If you look at a lot of the rest of this patch, it feels very focused on PvP to me. We're getting Supreme Arena released. We're getting some other new modes, but like Supreme Arena is a big deal. And if you were to watch this preview from the beginning, like I'll go ahead and run it from the beginning again, it seems to be talking about like clans fighting against each other, challenging themselves in arenas. I feel like this is a patch. This season is going to introduce a Mauler PvP goddess in Elsa. Like, that's what I feel like. That's what I took from this. Now, do I know that for sure? Absolutely not. Am I telling people right now, pull out your wallets and when Elsa drops, just drop those bucks, make sure you get her so you can climb to the top of arena? No. No, I'm absolutely not saying that. But I do think that she does some things that are just going to suck to fight against in PvP, which means if you're using her yourself, it's going to be fun to do, because trolling people in PvP and beating them, most importantly beating them, is one of them, it's a huge draw in this game. It's one of the biggest reasons I'm drawn to this game, and that makes it one of the reasons that I'm super excited for this season. Not to mention that there are so many things coming out. There are so many things coming out, and I've played a lot of gacha games in the last, let's say, 5 years that have come in hot, right? I'm thinking of games like Echoes of Mana, for example. Man, that game was fun to play. There was like challenging stuff to do at the beginning. Then you got to the end and you're like, okay, cool. That was round one. What do you got for me, devs? Nothing. Nothing, just like crickets. Nothing new was coming out. Here, I feel like this is the opposite. This game's been out for what, just over a month, and we are getting all of these new game modes. This is our second new S rank character. We're getting a new A rank character, which is a big deal too. You do need to release those, those A rank characters along with your S rank characters. I think that's really important. So very excited for this patch. Now, if I was going to do a little bit more breaking down here, like let's go back to this scene here for a second. Let me pull my game back in front of me. If I was to guess what kind of like annoyance level Elsa was going to be in PvP, my mind went to our boy Igor right here. Igor is a super pain to fight against. Like, he's somebody who can tank. He does a little bit of damage. Really, he's just a tank and counter assassin. But the big deal about him is when you play against Igor, you have to think differently than when you're playing against anybody else. So Elsa, just seeing her kit on paper, it looked to me like, yes, she's a mage, which again, I mean, that makes her different than Igor. So she's doing magic damage instead of physical. I think Igor does physical damage, right? Igor, you're a physical damage dealing man, right? Yeah, he is. Just making sure. Okay, so she's going to be a different damage type, but you just have to play differently against Igor than you do against basically everybody else in the game. Elsa feels like that to me, which means you might be able to cheese yourself some wins, and I feel like she's going to be an important part of the PvP meta going forward. That's just my guess. Now, once we get the full kit reveal with the skills, we will continue to break everything down as fast as we can. And it's a lot of fun, guys. Mostly, I'm just really excited for Song of Strife to get here. Hyped to pull for the new character, because look at this. Look at this. I got 99 invite tickets, because every time those 1200% packs pop up, I buy all of it until it gets to the not rate up letters. I buy all the rate up letters that come up at those super discounts, anticipating exactly this. So there you go. I recommend you do that if you're spending money. Now, do I have a Stargaze poll? Okay, here we go. Hype Stargaze poll, 25 till Rainer Pity. We're going to get him in one shot right here. Watch this. Streamer luck, YouTuber luck, I should say. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Fire. Get it. Rainier. Come on. No, 2 acorns. That sucks. Okay, GG. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's what I think Elsa's going to be. I hope y'all are excited for the new season as I am, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.